Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mothers would practically build themselves.
As always, if you're looking for something normal in a Mustang build, this is not the place to be. The top picture, this is your brain. Well, wow, nice Mustang, great, perfectly restored. Now, that's not me. Here at the bottom, this is your brain on drugs. That's me. I always love to have these custom weird Mustangs. So here we are today with another one.
Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Today we are going to talk just a little bit about the Mustang Stallion. We all know how much I like Ford Mustangs. And one of the more interesting Mustangs that I researched out was this one that had, well, cougar taillights. Come on folks, I love cougars. And you get a cougar and a Mustang together, oh, that's a winning combination. So let's take a look at a build that I did a while back of the Mustang Stallion.
So, mid-year in 1967, Mainway Ford in Toronto, Canada, decided for a gimmick to come up with something they called the Stallion. And the Mustang Stallion, well, there was only 8 of these that were actually produced. It's too bad. It would have been neat to have a whole lot more and all over the country. I actually really like this. But the Mustang Stallion, well, it had cougar taillights, number one. And then the blacked out backside there, the little vents on the side were blacked out. It had kind of a vinyl treatment on the rear quarter window area as well. I really like the way this looks. Although I couldn't get a good picture of what the original hood looked like. There is one that's out there that somebody has some pictures of that has a little bit of a scoop. So I took a little bit of creative license with mine. As you can see, somebody's put some different tires and rims on this one, made it real 80s looking. I absolutely love this thing. And again, I'm used to these kind of strange Mustangs, so you can see the part vinyl along the side, and then the blacked out little vents behind the door. I think this thing really looks cool. And you can see the color, just a standard Mustang color. I know it as Brittany Blue because I actually painted one of my Cougars that color. So let's look at the kit that I'm going to use to build this. AMT will release from time to time a 1967 Mustang GT Fastback. They also have a Shelby GT 350 or 500. I think it's a 350 version that they've got. But the nice thing about this GT Fastback, it has the correct vents behind the door and on the fastback roof. Anyway, it's had several incarnations from AMT. You can find them on eBay. You can find them in all kinds of guys' stashes, and from time to time they re-release it. So it's actually a pretty decent kit. Well, I decided to start with the engine, and come to find out that there were 8 of these Mustangs built. 4 of them had the 390 S code, and 4 of them had the 289 high performance. You could get them with the 6-pack version of the 390, or sorry, the 6-pack, the 4-barrel version, or with the 427 side oiler. But to everyone's knowledge, that never happened. So you only had 4 of the 390s and 4 of the 289s. Well, one of the things that this car had was these side badges up on the fender, and you know what? No way I could replicate that right now. I'm not sure how I would do it. So I found this decal. It's big. It's too big. I get that. But I thought I would at least try that out just to see how it looked. No, I don't really like it, so I'm going to kick it out of there. But you see with mine, I kind of gave it the stock tire and rim look. And from what I understand, the little vents behind the door weren't necessarily black, that I guess when it came from the factory, they were silver. So again, research has got to be done there. Anyway, I tried to replicate the little vinyl applique, or whatever you want to call it, along the side of the fastback. Got me some Cougar tail lights from one of my 67, 68 Cougar kits that I've actually cast some tail lights. And here in this picture, you can see I've taken that little advertisement and kind of shrunk it down to give it this at the car show kind of look. Now, I couldn't get a good view of the hood stripes, although I understand it did have some stripes on the hood, and I went ahead and just came up with my own design. So this is totally fantasy on the hood. But anyway, has a Cougar Eliminator scoop, which again is my favorite. So yeah, there's some creative license. On the front seat here, I have put another one of those brochures, shrunk it down and put it here on the seat. And I believe mine, I actually gave it a 4-speed in my version of it. I painted the interior with that kind of a medium blue and black combination. And you can see here, I opened up the trunk lid, tried to simulate the carpet inside the trunk, as well as tried to simulate a stock spare tire in the trunk. I think I could have done a whole lot better, yes, but this is kind of my first attempt at ever opening up and doing an open trunk in one of these Mustangs. Wasn't even going to attempt trying to put that Stallion lettering across the back. Maybe someday I'll figure out how to do photo etch and do a photo etch one. Anyway, here's a side view of it, and you can see my decals peeling off, so it's gone. I've tossed it. Again, that's a perfect thing for me to photo etch. It had a custom gas cap that had a Stallion, that standing horse on it, and that, from what I understand, was also on the badge on the side. So anyway, here we are with the open hood with the decals. I still have not, I've got the two 4-barrel 390 in it, and I still haven't thrown my wires on, but eventually I will get it done, trust me. But pretty clean build, really nice looking engine on this thing. So anyway, moving along to the paint itself. So several years back, I had a 1968 Mercury Cougar that was painted a Earl Scheib blue, which was nice, but it needed to be repainted. And I was looking at the door code, and it had a color called, originally had a color called Brittany Blue. So I had it repainted to Brittany Blue, put styled steel wheels on it. It was really a beautiful car while I had it. So the Stallion also had this same Brittany Blue. So to start, what I did is I grabbed some of this Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover primer, flat gray primer. You can see here I use it all the time. I used it on this train body. It is absolutely great paint. It dries fairly quick. I don't have to sand it. It's just a great primer for using on plastic. One option for the actual top coat is you can go to a company called Scale Finishes, and they are actually out of Salt Lake City. And they use this actual automotive paint. You can get it in an enamel or in a lacquer. And they have the actual color codes. This particular one is one that I did on a Dodge Charger. I did not use this paint for this particular Mustang project, but I'm just letting you know this is a very good paint and I highly recommend it. There is another very good option out there, and that is, it's a GM color. It's called Nassau Blue. Testers makes it in either a spray can or in a bottle, and that's what I would recommend because I always airbrush. But you could spray this over a couple of coats of like a Krylon aluminum, and it will give you a very, very similar effect. So however you decide you want to do it, I kind of came up with a hybrid in between that I won't share with you because, well, I'd rather you use one of these other methods. But you can see the results here. I obviously like how it turned out. It looks pretty close to what the Stallion, the 8 Stallions looked like. Again, not 100% sure on the stripe on the hood, but I like the way this one looks. So there you go. I hope you enjoy taking a look at this, and I hope you learned a little bit of something about one of these weird Mustangs that came out of some dealership back in the mid to late 60s. Kind of a neat thing, and man, would I love to get my hands on a real one of these. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and well, we'll take a look at some of my other Mustang builds again before too long. Thank you.